Hi guys, welcome back to the channel again. So today I'm just going to briefly discuss how you can still migrate to the UK as a healthcare worker. There's something called a red list, and most people don't really understand that agencies have stopped recruiting directly from other countries, specific countries, but there is a way you can actually migrate into the UK by yourself to either work for the NHS, private or whatever. And I'm going to quickly just dive into that and make it a very brief video so I'll just read through my phone. So there is something called the Code of Practice for International Recruitment. As you can see, I'm sharing my screen, and it does say that this list is based upon the WHO Organization Workforce Support and Safeguard List 2023 and will be updated alongside progress reports. So basically, this is just a code of practice just that states that some countries are still developing and you shouldn't be taking the healthcare workers, their key workers from them. That's basically all that it's saying. So that's why there's a red list. So there is basically reduction in, not even reduction, agencies can no longer recruit from certain countries. And as we go down, I won't read through all that, but as we go down, you can see these are some of the red list countries down here. Sorry, I'll be looking down on my phone because on my computer. So these are some of the red list countries, and you can see most of the African countries are here. As you can see, as we go down, most of these countries are now in the red list. So agencies can no longer recruit people from these countries. But as of November 11, 2021, Kenya was added to that list, and Nepal was added as of 22nd of August 2022. So you can now see that the agencies are no longer recruiting, but there is a government-to-government agreement, and there is a list whereby Kenya, as Kenya is on the amber list, no active recruitment should take place outside of the conditions of the MOU. So basically, Kenya, Nepal, Malaysia, Philippines, India, Sri Lanka, all these are currently on the green list. But Kenya and Nepal, there's a bilateral agreement between governments to do the recruitment process. So there's a way that they do it. But otherwise, aside from all this, there's a way you can come as yourself, self-sponsored, and do your own stuff by yourself. So the first step with that is you have to register with the Nursing and Midwifery Council. You have to register with the Nursing and Midwifery Council. And as I share my screen here, the Nursing and Midwifery Council, it is the governing body, basically the regulator of nurses and midwives in England, Scotland, and Wales. And basically that's the first step, is to register with the NMC Council. So as I share my screen, come here to registration. Okay, joining the register. Then you go down here, joining the register, come down. You can either register as a nurse midwife or register as a nursing associate. So if you come here to register as a nurse or a midwife, so there is the part for trained in the UK, and definitely we will be trained outside the UK because we are immigrants. Then register as a nurse or a midwife if you're trained outside the UK. So basically the first thing you do is to check if you are qualified to actually register. So there is a checklist that you will get that will enable you to see if you are able to apply, basically if you have all your valid documents. So this will keep asking you questions all up until the end. You see progress about 9% complete, so you have to keep answering, do you have a valid passport, do you have a CV, blah blah blah, and all those things. So they will keep asking you questions just to see if you are ready to register. Then you can also find out how to join the register. So if we go here and read this guide, so definitely the first thing is to check if you're ready to register. So let me just open this small thingies. So check you're ready to register, complete eligibility and qualification application, take the test of competence, complete registration application. Okay, so there's all this. And all these guys, you have to have money in your pocket, because This takes money, because you have to have money every step of the process to pay for your registration, to pay for your CBT, to pay for your English test, to pay for closing the application. There's a lot to pay for, so you have to be prepared, like financially. You really have to prepare and actually save, and you verify your information, and you await their decision. So once you're done, registering with the NMC, the second thing you do is, once NMC accepts you onto their register, the next thing for you to do is to go to your governing body for nurses and midwives in your own country and request for them to send NMC your documents, your paperwork, your transcripts, whatever it is they send. They will send that to NMC so that NMC can verify it. So that's the second step. So first step is to register with the NMC. Second step, once accepted by the NMC, you will definitely go to your governing body, your governing nursing body, to send your documents to the Nursing and Midwifery Council so that NMC can verify your documents. The third thing you do, you will be invited to do the CBT, which is a computer-based test. Basically, it's a test that contains 120 questions, probably for nurses and midwives, and it's fairly easy. It's taken at the Pearson VUE Center. Some countries do have, some don't, but it's taken at the Pearson VUE Center, and you're able to do your examination and know your results then and then. So there are two parts to the examination. There's part A and B, and you just basically get to know your results there and then after you've done the examination. So it's quite an easy examination. I have done it. It wasn't hard, and depending on what you're applying for, so there are exam codes. Either you're applying to be an adult general nurse, or you'll work in the medical wards, or you're either applying to be a midwife, a children's nurse, mental health nurse, or a learning disabilities nurse. So either you're applying for those, so you have to be very careful with what exam codes, or especially what you're applying for, because what you're applying for on the NMC is the kind of exam they will invite you to do for the CBT. So if you're applying to become like an adult general, just a nurse, so once they verify your documents and you are set to go, they will invite you to do the CBT. So if you are a child nurse, and you accidentally, applied for mental health nurse, you have to do a fresh new application, and that means you have to pay. So you have to be very careful, as you input your details and everything else. So basically, this examination is it's a 120 multiple choice question, as I've told you, and it's basically tests your ability and knowledge to practice nursing safely in the UK. And it's a competence-based test, or rather, some people call it a computer-based test, and it's basically, they just give you questions just to see if you're ready. They are testing your knowledge and skills, basically, to practice safely in the UK. So that's all about it. So now, after you do that, make sure you've passed your CBT, and it costs quite some money, about £83 for the test itself, and for the competence-based, it's about £83. So convert that to your own currency. It would possibly be, actually, it will be quite a lot of money. So like I said, you have to be really prepared. It's because it's a private application, you're doing it on your own. Then you have to do your English. Now, English, there's IELTS and OET. Between the two, you can choose. But again, like I said, just up here, you can see like a little bit of differences I have put up here between the IELTS and the OET. OET is much more expensive, but it is like a medical-oriented test, because it will ask you questions in relation to nurses and midwives and all that. So whatever you're doing, it will ask you questions on that. And basically, it's way easier because IELTS is a bit unpredictable. So after you've done your English examination and you've passed, definitely everything goes back to the NMC, and you have to always go back to the NMC. You provide your proof that you've done it, and you always have to keep checking for what is it called, for updates. Like if they've recognized your certificates and everything, you have to keep checking for updates. So once you gather all these documents, you have to get your CV ready, you have to get your references ready, you have to get everything, all your documentation ready, your transcripts, your whatever. So now you come here, I will share my screen. We will go to, there is 2 sites where you can try and apply for jobs, either into the NHS or private or into a care home. So the first would be the track jobs. So the track jobs, you have to either log in or create an account, yeah, or create an account. So once you create an account, you go into the website and you're able to well, I already have an account, so let me see. You have to slowly, so if you click there, you either my account or create your account. So if you create your account, you come here into nursing and midwifery and you start to search with keywords. So if I search nurse, let's just randomly search nurse, NHS direct or any particular range. Most of the nurses start from band 5. So where would you like to work? UK, any location, any organization. We start to search. Now when you're searching for these jobs, kindly read the description very carefully because you have to search for a job with visa sponsorship. Okay, so don't search for a job anyhow, because you search for a job with visa sponsorship, so your employer sponsors your visa, your flights and your accommodation and all those things. So don't just go searching blindly in terms of money and all that. Search something with visa sponsorship. Once you get out here, you will know what to do. Basically utajipanga, so you will know what to do, you will plan yourself better. So as you see, there are jobs here with very good salary in different NHS trusts. So as you can see, it does have this is direct vacancies, but then again, like I've said, you really have to be keen that to apply for jobs with visa sponsorships. So aside from that, there is the second website, which is the NHS job. Sorry guys, I'm looking down on my computer and I'm also looking at my phone, just trying to give you all this information together. So if I come here, I'm sharing my screen now. I'm on the NHS website, and they are and they usually like tend to update their site jobs and whatever's. Okay, so here it is. So whatever you want, let's say nurse, then let's say Manchester, yeah, then Manchester, then let's not put anything else. So if you search, you can see again, like I said, there's so much. Yeah, there's usually so much with good, great pay, permanent jobs. Some are temporary, but you have to look for the job that offers visa sponsorships, that you're not left stranded. You have to look for a job that offers visa sponsorship, guys. Yeah, full-time or part-time, it depends basically. Now just be aware that agencies are no longer recruiting from the said countries that I told you. They're no longer recruiting, so don't think that an agent will come and recruit you. They're no longer recruiting. You can actually apply for yourself directly. So the first thing, register with NMC. Okay, provide all your documentations. Once you're registered with NMC, make sure that all your documentation and paperwork is okay. All right, then once NMC will request for your nursing and midwifery body in your country to send them verifications or transcripts. So once they send them, NMC will invite you to do CBT. Okay, so but the first time you apply for at the Nursing and Midwifery Council, they will ask you what you're applying for. So either it's nurse, midwifery, or whatever. So you'll be invited to do the CBT. Once you do the CBT examination, make sure that you've done your English as well. Update the NMC when you've done your English tests. You can either do OET or IELTS, whichever of your choice. Once you do that, then you're able to start to prepare your CV and everything. Go onto the website, start looking for jobs here and there. I know people may get regrets and start to feel a bit down and everything, but it's the number of times you keep doing. You know, you keep possibly getting results, but you have to prove to these people that you are skilled, you are experienced, that you are knowledgeable. You have to prove. So it's not really easy per se, because sometimes when you have a third party like an agency, they do everything for you. But now, since you have to do everything yourself, you have to prove these things yourself. So make sure every type of documentation they ask for, you will send it. Every type of thing they ask for, just send it, so that you're able to actually get a job and you know, possibly advance your career and everything else. So thank you guys, and that's it for today. It has been nice coming back again. I know it's been a while. We are I've been up and down, I'm sorry, but I will try to post more information as soon as I can. Thank you so much for watching, and see you on the next one, and bye.